Hey guys, uh, I wanted to show you something. This is the game I was talking about, Realm of the Mad God. I don't know if you've heard of it. I've been playing it for like 10 years, and it's an MMO permadeath RPG based around completing dungeons, getting loot, and getting better loot, that is. And I figured I want to show it to you guys. As you can see, we've got a lot of classes here. I'm going to be explaining a lot of things as we go, but I'm going to make another character to make this as comprehensive as I can. We're going to make a bard because I'm collecting stars. The stars aren't anything important. You basically get to show off how much of the game you've mastered. But we're going to pick bard because I died on my bard last night. Didn't have anything crazy on him, so we're going to be making one now. As you can see, that's me. I'm a bard. Bard uses a bow, a lute, a robe, and a ring. Everybody uses a ring, every class, but not every class uses the same weapons, of course. As you can see, for example, rogue uses daggers, has a cloak that makes him invisible, uses leather armor, and has a ring also. Knight has a shield that stuns enemies or has other uses depending on the shield. Has a sword, uses heavy armor, and you get the gist. Every class is different and is used for different things. As you can see, I've got a label that says seasonal on this one. What that means is that there's a battle pass going on. Well, it's the beginning of the season, right? So well, not really. There's 47 days left, but you know what I mean. Let's get into a world. I'm gonna talk about what's in the Nexus later. This is a realm. This is a realm that you clear by killing enemies, and you can TP to basically most things on the map. You can TP to invisible allies, and this game is entirely PvE. So yeah, there's no PvP aspect in this. Here is our first boss, Dreadstump the Pirate King. He is kind of a sleeper boss because it's, well, a very beginner style dungeon. As you can probably see, we found him on the beach. The further inland you go, the more challenging the dungeons become. As you can see, I just leveled up. The max level in this game is level 20. What happens after level 20? You get to max all your stats. Every class has a set stat max. For example, the knight can drink 40 defense potions. The rogue can drink only 25 or 20. I don't actually remember. And so forth and so on. So that makes all the classes even more varied because they have different uses. A knight can tank a lot more. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing pirate caves while talking about all this. I don't know if you noticed or not, but there's a big bee following me. This is my pet. My pet is, not gonna lie, pretty cool. He is absolutely stacked. Well, I've had him for probably 6 years now, or even more. This account is 10 years old. There is definitely a pay-to-win aspect to this game, especially considering pets and stuff around them, because in order to level up a pet, you need to give up an item. Every item has feed power. This one's got 17, so I would not feed my pet that. And every iteration of feeding a pet costs fame. What is fame? Fame are just basically points that you get after you die. Here you can check. If I were to die right now, I would get 3 fame. And you get fame by killing mobs and enemies, and if you can see, some enemies drop these little bags right here, and there's a lot of types of bags. For example, this is a purple bag. It's usually stuff that's just not that good, or basically the bare minimum you can get from a mob. In dungeons, you do not want to get a purple bag. A blue bag is just a bag containing a potion. Oh, that's a divine. Oh, right, yeah. There are enchants on all the gear. And what that means is every piece of gear can get a number of slots on it. It's either uncommon with 1, rare with 2, legendary with 3, or divine with 4. And some of those enchants are really, really busted, but it's pretty complicated, and I don't know if I should be explaining this now, as there's a lot more pressing things to explain right now. For example, the most important aspect, permadeath. Yes, whenever you die, you lose your entire character. What don't you lose? You don't lose character skins, you don't lose your pet, and you gain fame based on how much you had when you died. What's the most important keybind in this game, by the way? It is the Nexus. I'm gonna show you in a second here. Nexusing is what saves lives. It is what you do to, well, not die, you know? What happens when you Nexus? This. I pressed R. I'm in the Nexus. I'm completely safe. And whenever you spawn in, you've got some icons over here. Here you can change your name for 1,000 gold, which I don't want to do. Guild Hall is tied to your guild, which I don't want to go into either because it's not important right now. What is important is the vault. In the vault, you get a couple of different chests. This is your gift chest, where you get stuff like your daily rewards, loot from missions, and all that stuff. And here is your regular chest. You can store any item you want in here. By the way, I know you probably will want to store everything that you have. Don't. Most of the stuff is not necessary for anything, and you'll get better stuff really quick. Mostly what you want to use the chest for is storing UTs, untiered items. What are untiered items? They are items that don't have a tier. What is a tier? This Divine Reinforced Bow is a tier 1. It's basically levels of gear that you get. The better the tier, the better the gear, you know what I mean? And untiered items are sort of different. They are specifically made to have different uses. For example, a tier 5 shield will stun the enemy for a number of seconds. I believe it is 3. A tier 1 shield will stun them for less. But, for example, an untiered shield might have a different effect, might slow them. There's a really rare and sought after shield that gives a debuff to the enemy called Armor Broken, which completely reduces the enemy's defense to 0, and that's pretty game breaking considering the armor of some endgame bosses. Oh yeah, what did I not mention? I didn't mention the most coveted bag of all, a white bag. What's in a white bag? Usually in white bags you get untiered items from the certain boss. In order to check what a boss can drop, you can check out the wiki called Realmi. You've got every single boss and drop type in there, and you can read about all that. I use it a lot, even though I've got 6,000 hours in this game. But honestly, it's hard to memorize every single drop and everything. As you can see, I am not doing anything challenging. I've got a tier 1 bow, tier 2 iron loot, and I'm just farming pirate caves. Why? Because I'm doing a specific type of playthrough that I just, you know, it's basically a made-up type of playthrough that I only want to use shiny items. What are shiny items? There are variants of UTs that don't change anything about the stats, but look really cool. As you can see, I've been leaving behind the ring that the captain from Pirate Cave drops because I want the shiny variant. I hopefully will get it. It's not that rare. It's not rare at all, actually. So I will be able to show you how that looks. And after, we're gonna move on to getting a shiny bow. See, purple back, we only got a mark. What are marks? Marks are these sort of tokens that you can return for chests, pods, in the daily quest room at the Tinkerer, which you can access through the Nexus or through the Vault. And that's also where you collect your daily login rewards. But yeah, that's basically it. You just grind and you get cool stuff. That's just the just the game that I played a lot in middle school, I think, and it just never went away. Pretty crazy if you think about that, especially since it's a bunch of pixels. Oh, I want to also share a tip with you. Rotating your camera, learning to rotate your camera is really important. As for key bindings for this, I use Q&E. I think it's basically the default binds, but yeah, I remember specifically not being used to rotating, and it bit me in the ass later, because in the more challenging dungeons, it's pretty useful to be able to rotate your camera. Sometimes it's crucial for dodging shots or seeing shots that you want to dodge, you know? But yeah, I'll let you know whenever something interesting happens. I would only quickly like to remark on what this realm score in the corner thing is. Well, you raise this bar by killing events on the map. Oh, by the way, yeah, these are beacons. As As you can see, they're all ranked. This one, for example, is the Beach Beacon. It's ranked Rookie. So is the Desert Beacon, Forest Beacon, Plains Beacon. As you move up on the map, you can see that it changes to Adept, and after Adept, it's Veteran. So they are just different biomes with a varying difficulty of enemies. Of course, Veteran is going to be much harder than Rookie and Adept and all that stuff. So it's just the natural progression. And there's all these events that Oryx, the Mad God, throws at us, because Oryx is the titular Mad God. And by killing them, you raise the realm score. And whenever it reaches 100%, something interesting happens. I'm gonna show you later whenever it actually happens. But I'm kind of relying on all the people in the realm, the yellow dots that you can see on the map, and you can TP to all of them, but I'm not going to because I'm level 14 with no gear basically. So yeah, I have to rely on them to clear the realm out for me. Oh, right. I just now realized I didn't explain what the seasonal character label means. It basically means that it's a character made during that season, and you can convert them to normal at any point, but you can't convert back. And seasonal characters get the possibility of dropping shiny items, and the possibility of turning something on called the Crucible. The Crucible is basically a challenge that you can turn on. It basically makes the game harder in a way. For example, this season's Crucible gives you a lot of dexterity, so rate of fire basically, but takes your attack away. So you hit for less, but you hit harder. You can make some very interesting builds in this game, ones that I haven't really explored fully yet. Not all of them at least, because there's a ton, and the numbers are, I just prefer to get cool stuff, not think about the numbers, but there's a whole community with that is doing an absolutely amazing job thinking out, you know, manufacturing builds and setups and everything, and calculators. It's actually insane. Oh, and by the way, yeah, this Alien Invasion Veteran Wave 4 thingy on the side, that's an event going on. The creators of the game add some, you know, events as it happens with MMORPGs. And the events that's going on right now basically spawns a bunch of UFOs and aliens that you have to defeat, and also makes you able to find alien-themed dungeons with alien-themed loot. So pretty cool stuff. Oh, okay. I just want to talk about this. The server will reset. What that means is just what it says. The server's going to reset. We need to change the server. We are on US East right now, so I'm going to show you the server selector in a second, and we're going to go to another one, probably an EU-based server. Damn, another regular. We'll get the shiny, I trust. You press escape and you go into servers. Here is all the video and gameplay and control stuff that you can adjust, but we're gonna go to EU West. Because, well, I'm EU based, and the US servers reset at around this time. And also we kind of explored the beach too thoroughly, so we can't find that many pirate caves anymore. When it comes to keybinds and all the different options, I might make a separate video about that, because it's a pretty extensive topic, and the options and keybinds and controls are pretty crucial in order to first of all not die, and second of all for quality of life to be much higher. Like, as you load in the game for the first time, it will look nothing like what I have going on right now. And also, the realm score is much higher here, so I'll be able to show you what happens when it goes up to 100 way quicker. Oh, okay. A new dungeon that I also want to grind, because there's a shiny item that drops here too, called Forest Maze, as you can see, mainly consisting of squirrels and these little moth guys. Getting to the boss is way harder than it should be sometimes, not gonna lie. I sometimes get lost in this. But yeah, we'll see if we get lucky. Okay, we got a bramble bow, but just a regular version, so I'm not gonna pick it up. And let's get back to farming our pirate caves. which outside the context of this video, I don't think I've ever said out loud. I'm level 20 now. Let's talk about maxing and pots and oh my god, wait, I'm late. Am I? I'm not. Okay, that's kind of a bummer. As you can see, Oryx said, I have closed this realm. You will not live to see the light of day. And then my minions have failed me after a minute and a half. And we got teleported somewhere into Oryx's castle. Yes, we got to fight Oryx. And the paths get divided by 4 and you just make your way forwards. Seeing as I'm not maxed at all and my stats are really bad right now, I need to be kind of careful because there's some stuff that can one-shot me in here. And generally, as a rule of thumb, whenever you're in a dungeon or in a place that you don't know or are not sure of, you should generally basically have your finger over the Nexus hotkey and be prepared to Nexus. Nexus over dying, always. But yeah, here we get introduced to these stone guardians. In order to get loot, you have to deal a certain amount of damage to an enemy. That is called soulbound damage. As you can see, I didn't get soulbound on the... I probably didn't get soulbound on the first one, but I got it on the second one. After you destroy all the armor racks, you get to open up this mini boss here, Janus the Door Warden, and he drops a really cool shield. But we're not here for the shield, we're just here for the Oryx showcase. And for... Okay, and we head into Oryx's chambers, and here he is, Oryx the Mad God. If you were to believe that this is the only iteration of Oryx, you would be wrong. There's a couple more, and each one is more challenging than the last. But with a group this size, the Oryx fight is just mostly standing in place, spamming your abilities and just shooting at him. And if you noticed, oh, I didn't get anything. As you can see, I didn't hit the soulbound damage requirements with my tier 1 bow. Who would have thought? As you can probably notice, you couldn't see any of the other players' shots. You could only see mine. That's another useful option in the video tab. You can turn off allied shots in order to, well, see better and for the frame rate to be a little bit higher and more smooth. But yeah, this is Oryx number 2, commonly colloquially known as Wine Cellar, because he's in a wine cellar, and that's where he retreated after we beat him in the castle. And after, there's another iteration that's way harder to reach and way harder to complete. And even if we're able to right now, I'm not going to try. Okay, they just opened up Oryx 3. This is Oryx's Sanctuary. Actually, I might just enter. This is an endgame dungeon right here, and it's no joke. I've done it thousands of times, and there's still no way of knowing if I die here or not. But yeah, basically what this consists of is one of 4 mini-bosses that get assigned randomly, and then Oryx 3 himself. Okay, we are entering Luke Oryx right now. I'm not going to be doing a breakdown of his abilities and his shots and his patterns. You can just marvel at me trying to kill him with a tier 1 bow. I wonder how that'll go. The heals and buffs we're getting from our allies are absolutely clutch right now. Yeah, because some classes are able to, you know, buff allies in the vicinity. I'm one of them, actually. I give the Inspired buff, which increases defense by 2. Considering I have a tier 1 loot, though, that's not really that amazing at all. Okay, we got a greater mana pot. Basically what I thought we'd get. I was hoping for another item, but I won't tell you what it is. And this is Oryx 3, everybody. This group seems capable, so I don't think it's going to be that challenging for me, even with a tier 1 bow. But basically there's a... Oh, we got countered. Whenever he puts his shield up like that, and you keep shooting him, and you deal exactly 1% of his HP, he silences the whole group, which makes you unable to use your ability. So yeah, in an uncoordinated group, it can get rough in here. Okay, but that was the only counter so far, so that's pretty good. Over the years, I've been in some rough 03s, especially public ones. Public ones, what I mean by that is basically not ones coordinated by Discord runs. Discord runs are something else entirely. I'm not going to talk about it right now, but yeah, point still stands. Okay, here's another phase of his. He's exalted, as he calls it. Basically means more shots, more damage, and he glows in a cool way. We're nearing towards one of the most infamous phases of his. Yep, that is it right here, Celestial. Basically, I think the biggest roadblock I had while learning this boss fight. But whenever you get the hang of it, it's the easiest one there is. And sometimes you pray for him to just go to Celestial. Yep. That phase is over. But now he's gonna decide to strike us down with sort of some heavenly beams soon. Not yet, but soon. Yeah, this group is pretty capable. That's the beams I was talking about. Damn, I got hit by both of them. Kind of got messed up there. I also hope I'll get soulbound. Okay, he's dead, just like that. Okay. Yeah, that's entirely my group's doing. Absolute goats. I wonder what we'll get, if we even get anything. We did. Nice. Some greater mana and life pots. But as you can see here, I've got a very useful thing toggled on pots to max. It tells me how many pots I need to drink in order to max set stat. It's the number after the horizontal line. But yeah, I'm gonna be getting back to farming pirate caves basically. Oh my god, we got it, guys. Look, it's shiny. Really cool. I'm probably gonna be upgrading from it soon anyways, but it's just something I like to do whenever I do these shiny only playthroughs, sorta. But yeah, very cool. We're gonna be trying to get us a shiny bow now from the forest maze. But I think that's going to be it for now. This video was mostly made to maybe, hopefully, pique your curiosity. I don't know if I did it or not, but this is a pretty cool game that I like and that I've spent a lot of hours in. Feel free to check it out. It is really cool. And I've been playing it for 10 years now, on and off. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.